like my graduation. And the toughest decision that I had ever make is recently, like when I was switching my company. So that time I got the opportunity to stay back.
Hmm.
And I also had another offer and the company where I'm working. So there were three opportunities, and like I have had enough of experience that I don't want to depend on others and get influenced by my colleagues or my family or anybody to take my decision, so that later if anything goes wrong, I would blame them, and that would make no sense. So I always like it was a tough time for me to actually decide and then move forward.
Right, correct, absolutely. It can be very tough, right? Because it's a career-based decision. And
Right.
it's a decision that can have so many different, so much of an impact, different kinds of impact on your life.
Yeah,
Even,
the company where I was working, they tried to influence me and they wanted to retain me. And the next company also, like I had one of my old colleague who was working
mm,
where I had the offer letter for,
mm,
but I couldn't join. So I wanted to join him actually because I had some support there, but I chose to work in the current company. So I am responsible for whatever is happening with me right now. So at least I take that responsibility and I am not blaming anybody else.
correct, absolutely. And also you mentioned earlier that when you had to move out of your home and live independently, right, to pursue your further studies, your college and things like that.
Yeah.
So how did you manage to do that? I mean, how much time did it take you to kind of actually settle in? What was that time like?
Actually, to be frank, it took me almost an year
Hmm.
to settle down because I wasn't that uh, I was not having that mingling kind of nature with anybody earlier. Like right now, I'm able to speak. If I go back to my childhood, I used to hide in the cupboard or under the bed whenever any guests were coming in our house.
Hmm.
So, so it took me an year to actually get along with my roommates and then other friends, my seniors, and then I started growing my bonding with other uh, other roommates, other girls, and then started learning also. So it really took me a huge amount of time because we also didn't have any phone or any electronic device to use, so I couldn't call my parents if I'm like thinking about them.
Right. It wasn't as easy, I think, a couple of years ago as how it is right now.
Yeah, we used to have a telephone actually, and there was a time span. Like
Hmm.
within 1 or 2 hours, our family members can call us, and that time it was very engaged. Some days were like for 2 3 days, I wasn't able to talk to them also,
Hmm.
talk with them. So that was really very hard. I was mostly like either crying or studying or going to
Oh,
college. That's it.
it sounds like it must have been really hard on you, the way that you are
Yeah,
describing it, that you
yeah,
were
it
crying
was.
and stuff. Yeah. So first of all, to be away from the family at such a young age and all of that, and then you're also saying that you are sort of an introvert, like
Yeah,
you were in your own shell, sort of a thing. And when you have that kind of a nature, it's even more difficult to
right.
kind of mingle with others. All right, well,
Yeah.
very, very well shared, Swapna. You're speaking really well. I don't
Thank you.
really have anything particularly to share with you. I've just written this, I think, you could say that I took time to get out of my shell, to get out of my comfort zone and mingle with others. You were trying to say something like that.
Yeah.
Very nice, Swapna. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome. Shailendra, you've raised your hand. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, I am withdrawing admission from PhD coursework was the toughest decision of my life. Few days back, I informed my PhD guide that I will not be able to continue pursuing PhD coursework because it was taking toll on my mental health. The PhD involves lots of effort, and 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 I did not see any in growth. even I I complete the PhD coursework in my career. So, ma'am, few days back, I decided to withdraw my admission, and ma'am, the decision I took unilaterally. I did not ask my parents or my friends because they are not in favor of they are not in favor of this decision. They want me to go for higher studies, but ma'am, I know who I am. I know my capabilities, and ma'am, currently I am not in a state where I can continue these type of higher studies which involves a lot of effort, intellectual effort. And I have decided that I will pursue the course, but after some time. Right now, ma'am, I have different uh, I have different priorities in my life. Once I want a good job, and I want a stable career. Then I will continue, or I will resume my higher studies. So, ma'am, and one more thing, ma'am, I always take my all the decisions in consultation with my parent, but this time I did not inform them, and I take this decision unilaterally or individually. So, ma'am, that's why this decision was the hardest decision of my life.
Yeah, it sounds also so much like it's been the toughest decision you had to make, actually, Shailendra. But
Yeah,
then they say, everything has its own time, right?
yeah,
Like you correctly are saying right now, your focus or your goals or your priorities are something else. So you
yes,
will know best for
yeah,
yourself.
ma'am.
Right, right.
Yeah, ma'am. And people think that you can do anything. I understand them that the human has no foundation. Human has no constraint uh, in terms of achieving anything. Ma'am,
Right.
but we need to prioritize. And actually, ma'am, this PhD uh, has cluttered. I was very I was feeling very anxious because of this uh, course, because every now and then they ask for presentations, and I was not ready for that. And I took decision that do I would continue this course after attaining certain age. Now, ma'am, presently, I am not of this age that I should do this PhD, because I want to live my life.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Perfectly fine. It's always best to think of everything, think of all the aspects, and then make a decision. And
Yeah.
it's good. And see, you should have that decision making power also, right? It's not that you always have to, like you said, you consult your parents and all that. That's good. But sometimes you have to take a certain call. It may be a tough call, but then
Yes.
you have to do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, all the best to you whenever you want think of doing it, think of pursuing it. For now, you
Yeah.
can focus on the other things that you want to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very well shared, Shailendra. You're using some very good vocabulary. Your sentence formations are also very clear, easy to understand. Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, let's go with Maliha and then Shima. They have raised their hands. Maliha, go ahead. What do you want to tell us? Yes, Maliha, you are on mute. I don't know if you are trying to say something. Yeah, go ahead.
When we moved Haryana from Delhi, I joined our party. So I started to work ground level work. But when in 2014 we have the Vidhan Sabha election, so so they appoint me as a booth in charge.
Hmm.
So it is very difficult for me because I am new in Gurgaon, so it is very hard for me. So I manage the I don't know more people, or manage the people, and I have my under my under uh, hundreds booth comes under me, comes under me. So we need 2 person for every booth. So I manage very hard. I went to home, and I went हम झोपड़ी को क्या बोलते हैं, मतलब
Hut,
slum
hut,
areas.
slum
Yeah,
area.
slum areas. And I took from people from their houses, and to manage the booths. And one person live in he is basically from Haryana. He said, "Party not give me any responsibility. I am basically from here." So then I give him some booths, and I manage 34 booths. So, ma'am, it's very difficult for me at that time, but I somehow I can manage, and I reward from party.
Right. So, very tough, right? First time when you moved from another place and came
Yeah,
here, and then immediately you've been given such a big responsibility,
yeah, ma'am.
right? So then you had to
Ma'am,
also gain the confidence of a lot of people, I think.
yeah, ma'am. I manage, or I have very confident now. I do that task, very difficult task. I went home, ma'am. Went home to home to search people, and took people out of their home. It's very difficult
Hmm.
to
So
manage.
yeah, to convince somebody to bring them out of their houses and
Yeah,
basically to convince them to do something, right? I mean, why would they want to do it?
yeah,
Yeah, that's very tough. Managing people, dealing with people is always the toughest thing to do.
yeah, ma'am.
So now, when you look back, now if you went at this position after so many years, now what advice would you give somebody? You know, if someone was in the same position as you, starting out initially.
Yeah, it's ma'am. First, we need to have ground level work,
Hmm.
because we know peoples, or peoples know us. And when we become booth in charge,
Hmm.
we have to know peoples, and we can convince peoples to do something.
So you have to really get to know people, is what you're saying.
Yeah, ma'am.
One of the most important
At
things
that
to.
time, I don't know so much people, so it's very difficult for me.
Hmm.
But
Right.
if we know people, so we can arrange easily.
Okay. So to get to know more people, to make contact, maybe
Yeah, ma'am.
make contacts and to network with different people,
Yeah, ma'am.
to build a network also. So that's the advice you would give somebody who is starting out now, for example.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Good. Very nice. Very interesting story, Malia. Uh,
Thank.
welcome. I think you were trying to. You could say, they appointed me. You could say they appointed me, or you could also say I was appointed as a booth
Both in
in
charge.
charge. Yeah, and I
Yeah,
had to manage. I had to handle, or I had to manage 100 booths,
yeah,
right? And then
ma'am.
I found I got this person to
More
work
than
with
100, and in a one ward, more than 100 booths are there.
me. That sounds like a lot of work, Malia.
Yeah, ma'am.
Now, how easy do you find the work that you do? How easy is it for you?
Yeah, ma'am. Now easy. Now I can get easily.
Okay, all right. Cool.
Mm.
Anything else that you want to add?
No, ma'am.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for sharing, Malia. Thank you. Shima, you also raised your hand. Can you go ahead?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. So in my life, it's one toughest decision, and it was my marriage. because I remember I born in village, but when I went another city for study, so then I plan something I something plan for futures. I have to learn, I have to complete my education, I have to create my own career, so that all thing I plans. I remember that days I was learning in I was studying
Yes.
in college. It was a DTED, yeah, it was a DTED diploma. So my parents called me and they uh, told me some guests are coming home to see you, so you have to come at our village next day. So I was shocked that time ki, how you decision, because I want to complete my educations. I'm not ready for that. uh, I think it was a life changing decision for me. So that time I was very nervous. I am not able to take any decisions. So then my sister, my some of relative, they they told me about that guest. It is good, it is a good settle and a good family, and relatives beer is also good, so why you don't refuse that all things. So I say no, I have to learn, uh, I have to study, I have to complete my education. So then I turned my mind because I I know ki that time after married uh, I will not complete my education because there will be so many responsibility, and I know ki after married it will be very difficult for me. It will be little bit challenge for me. So I was not ready for that. But all समझाया को क्या बोल सकते हैं मैं?
They made me understand.
Yeah,
उन्होंने मुझे समझाया. They made me understand. They
yeah.
explained something to me.
Yeah, they made me understand ki we live in a village area, in our area we get married early, and all your friends got married, so why you don't ready? But I used to study in another city, and there were some of my friend groups, and not anyone was ready for married, because everyone want to learn and I also want to learn. So it was very toughest decision for me. But after that they made me ready for that, and I understand that all things and I became ready. uh, but yeah, after marriage my husband always encouraged me for education, for study. They always say if your desire you can complete that all things. But yeah, it was a little bit difficult, but I'm satisfied ki after married I am doing something for myself. I am doing something for myself whenever I get time. I i bear that all responsibility, and after that I do something for my yeah ma'am, that's all.
Very nice, Shima. Great confidence. You're speaking with very good confidence, and you're not stopping or hesitating anywhere. So
Yeah,
very good on that. But I noticed one thing: your habit of putting S after every word has returned. पहले पहले
oh
आप S
yeah,
लगाते थे ना हर word के आगे.
yeah
Again,
ma'am.
you started that. So now you have to stop it. Okay, don't put S after
Yes,
everything. Education, futures. So
yeah,
please consciously try to listen to yourself and avoid that. Okay.
yes ma'am, sure ma'am.
Good. Very nice. Good. Again, good sentence formations. I'm looking at sentence formations more today. Very nice. But I want to look at some words, some places where we have to check. For example,
Hmm.
I born in a village नहीं बोल सकते. हमें कहना पड़ेगा I was born in a village.
Yeah,
I was born in a village or I was born in a city, whatever you want to say. And आप कह रहे थे
yeah,
राइट कि मुझे बहुत प्लान्स थे अपने लिए, मैंने काफी प्लान्स बनाए थे, ऐसे ऐसे सोच के रखा था. So you could
yeah,
say I had a lot of plans for myself, or I had a lot of plans for my future. एंड देन जब ये सब बात हुई, then I wasn't able to decide. मैं decide नहीं कर पा रही थी. I wasn't able to decide.
Yeah.
But then they told me that the boy is well settled, not good settled, but well settled.
Well settled. Yeah.
Well settled guy and all of that. So they were asking me, why are you refusing? Why are you not agreeing? Why are you refusing? तब आपने कहा, I turned my mind नहीं होगा, I changed my mind.
Change. Okay.
Change. Turn is a different meaning, right? Turn is like you turn something, for example, or
Yeah.
you
I
turn,
think it is like physically turns when you turn.
mostly used for physical meaning, yes.
Yeah.
But you can simply say, I changed my mind, I changed my decision. एंड अगर आपको ऐसे भी बोलना है ना कि मैंने अपना मन बना लिया था, तो आप
Yeah.
ऐसे बोल सकते हो, आई मेड अप माई माइंड. और जब हम कहते हैं ना मैंने किसी चीज के लिए अपना मन बना लिया था, डिसाइड कर लिया था, आप ये भी बोल
Yeah.
सकते हो, आई मेड अप माई माइंड. और अगर ऐसा बोलना है कि मैंने चेंज कर लिया, डिसीजन चेंज कर लिया, तो आई चेंज माई माइंड. ओके.
Okay, ma'am.
आफ्टर मैरिज एंड ऑल दैट, ठीक है, दे परसुएडेड मी, आप ऐसे बोल सकते हो, उन्होंने मुझे अलग अलग रीजन दिए. आप कह रहे थे, राइट? So you can
Yeah.
say they persuaded me. They gave me all these reasons, told me so many things, and they persuaded me to get married. Okay. So
Okay.
you can use these kind of words also. Very good, Shima. Just keep a check on the S. Don't do that
Yes.
after every word. And keep up your confidence. Very nice.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Yes, Tylee, you've raised your hand. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Morning. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I talk about the toughest decision I had ever make, I had to ever make. Yeah. So I would say when I had to leave my house for pursuing BA degree, so it was very toughest decision for me because I had to live apart from my family for 1 year, and I had never lived uh, away from my family. So it was the first time, and I had to live 1 year away from my family. So it was the toughest decision. So when I was going to Ratnagiri to pursue my BA degree, so I had to catch a bus from Dadar station and the other. So my father was with me, and we were sitting on the bus, and bus was about to start. Like it was about to move, and I told my father that I think if I go there now, I would fall ill. So I'm having this feeling now. So I don't want to go there. So my father. He used to fulfill all my wishes. So he listened to me, and he took me back to home at night. Like we had to catch the bus at 10 o'clock at night, and we returned 12 o'clock at night at home, and I returned home. Yeah. And so all my family members, my uncle, my aunts, they gathered around me, and they made me understand that yeah, they are also feeling sad uh, uh, when I was going means away from them. So they were also feeling bad. But it is very important for it was very important for me to pursue that BA degree. So they all made me understand, and next after that next week I went Ratnagiri with my mother by train. Yeah. So that was very toughest decision to live apart from my family. But it
Yeah.
was great experience. I lived there at Ratnagiri for 1 year, and it was very good experience. So I got many good friends there, and I had many good memories. So yeah.
That's really nice. So when you were, you were staying there and pursuing your degree, did you have to stay like in a college hostel or something like that, or you had your own
Yes, ma'am.
accommodation? College hostel.
Yeah, there was a college hostel, and we 35 girls were living together.
Was staying at the
Yes.
hostel.
Yeah.
Okay. So how can you tell me a little bit about that experience? How was that experience like of staying at a hostel for the first time? How is
Yeah.
it like staying at a hostel?
Hmm, when I went there, so all girls already had separate rooms from them for them. Like 3 or 4 girls were living in one room. So there was, I think, 7 or 8 rooms.
Hmm.
And so when I went there, so it was rainy day, and they don't have enough space to give other girl. So they refused to uh, stay me there. They didn't want any other girl to live with them because they had they didn't have much space, so they refused, and I had to stay with another girl which were from polytechnic. So there were 3 colleges, and so I had to stay with another uh, 2 girls who were from polytechnical college, and I became friend with them also. And later I had space in the our hostel. So I became means they all were became my good friends, and we used to go out on Sunday, and we used to have fun. Like we had to go to the school to teach. Means we had to give demo lectures in the school. So we used to go together, and so we had very good bonding. So when it was a day to leave hostel, so it was very tough for all of us because we had become very good friends.
Hmm. Right. It must have been tough to then part ways, right? Because everyone would have gone back to their homes or maybe got a job and gone to another city or something like that. So missing.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, they're all from very different cities. Like some from Nashik, some very different from very different cities or yeah places. So after that we never met.
Oh,
Yeah,
so till date you've never met any of those girls.
only 2 girls are living in my city. So I sometimes I meet them, but all other 33 girls I never met them after that day.
That's definitely a memory to cherish. Nice memories to cherish. So, somewhere I think you were trying to say that they did not have enough spare rooms or space, so they refused or they couldn't accommodate me. I think you could say it like that. They refused to accommodate me or they couldn't accommodate me. They couldn't,
Yes,
give
ma'am.
me a room. Very well
Yes, ma'am.
shared, Sally. Very nice. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Shweta, yes, you've raised your hand. Shweta, go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, uh, I have faced a lot of challenges or tough. I took toughest decisions in my life. So one of those I could remember it is when I took admission in my college because I was selected in 2 cities, 2 states, and it was very difficult me to choose one state. So it was like one was in south and one was nearby me, but it was like I went both places, and look over everything there. First I went in West Bengal. There I couldn't get one word because the language was Bengali, and uh, everyone used to speak in Bengali. So for me it was little tough. So on that day itself I decided to go on in south, so that I can try there. So I went there with my mother, and my father was like on duty, so he couldn't go with me. So I was with my mother, and we reached that place. There also means one of my relatives was living there, so we visited his house, and I was asking him to suggest any good colleges, because I was not aware of any good colleges of that place. So he suggested me, and when I go for counseling, that time it was very hard me to take. There also I got stuck with my subjects, which subject I could choose, because I was eligible for everything. But someone suggested me do some other, like not computer science, some other subject. So I had chosen that time, uh, on because of some other relative has suggested me, you need to choose this particular subject. So I took that subject. And then like for me the place was very new, and even my mother was not even she had no clue about how this city is. But still she searched the college, and she was with me. And I was in college, like I took admission, one of the colleges, whatever my relative has suggested me. But they were asking me to live in his place, because I like they can वो लोग मुझे monitor कर सकते थे. So they was like they could monitor me, means what I am doing, because I am very new in this, means I was very new in that place, and even I was not aware of any places. So but I took decision that time that I won't live with my relative, because living with relative is very hard to because there would be lot of constraint and lot of restriction, which which would be not good for me. And even the college was too far from his place. It was like 2 hours, and every day um, traveling for 4 hours, it would be difficult for me. So I took decision that I will live nearby my college. So my mother went with me, and I was in college, and same time, like in that on that 4 hours, she searched hostel. And when I left like when I left college, like not left means like when I got leave from college, then I got I long I means I've got along with my mother, and she told I have settled everything here, and I have searched a room for you so that you can live here, and I need to leave. So she left me on that day itself, after settling everything. And it was very tough for me, because that was my first day or second day, and suddenly she left me, and I was all alone there. So I had roommates, but those were South Indian. Even I couldn't speak a one word of English. uh, so it was very challenged and tough task to survive there. So yes ma'am, this there were lot of things, but it was whatever I have shared, it was like 10% of that.
Right, a very challenging time for you overall,
Yes ma'am.
right? But you overcame the entire thing. You managed through it. That's
Yes.
superb. But I think after later you may have enjoyed yourself also. You
Yeah,
must have enjoyed yourself.
yes, because after 1 month, I got to know all the places. I got along with so many friends who were South Indian, and they were very good. Like they supported me a lot. Like I was not able to speak a one word of English. They supported me. They taught me at least basic English so that can I could survive there. So it was very fantastic time there. I never forget those moments.
Right.
And
So,
yeah,
where in the south were you actually, if I may?
Bangalore, ma'am.
Bangalore. Okay. All right. Nice. And then the good weather of Bangalore and everything
Yeah,
made it
and
even better.
yeah, now in Delhi, it's like it's after living 5 years and then moved to some other place. Like I moved to Chennai, then in Delhi, it is like by weather I can say that it's very tough for me. It's very challenging in here in Delhi.
Delhi, weather-wise, yeah.
Yes.
True. Very well shared, Shweta. So many different things that you told us about, and you were describing your entire experience. I've just written down a few things here. I think you were trying to say that when you went to West Bengal, you faced a language barrier, maybe,
Yeah.
right? Like you couldn't understand anything much. Of course, every state has its own language and all of that, and the whole situation would be a little challenging. Suggested me, you keep saying suggested me, but you want to say suggested to me. You suggested
Yeah.
something to me. Um, Nearby the college? No, near the college. Near the college. And my mother, she looked for accommodation. She looked for a place for me to stay within those 4 hours. You're saying she had only 4 hours before she could return home or something like that, right? So within those 4 hours or during those 4 hours, she did everything. She arranged the accommodation for you and all of that. Fabulous. And then later on, you can say I became familiar with the place and familiar with the people. जान पहचान हो गई, right? जगह के साथ and लोगों के साथ. So you became familiar, and then that's when you became comfortable with everything.
Yes.
Well shared, Shweta. Very nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome. We have Manju. Manju, would you like to share something?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning.
Ma'am, what's the topic? I was busy some other household chores that
Oh,
time.
this is the topic, as you can see here on the screen. So everyone's talking about either the hardest thing that, the hardest decision or the toughest decision they had to ever take. That is what the topic is. If
Which we
you,
have gone through that hard and toughest time. Am I right?
not time, yeah, you could say time also, but also like the toughest decision to make. Like, for
Oh,
example, someone was saying they had to leave their home and go to another city to study. Someone said that I had to get married at a certain age when maybe I was not so ready for it, and I had other plans for myself. That way.
okay. But as such, ma'am, I didn't have faced. So hardly I have some points to share with all.
Okay.
So
If you want to take some time, then we can ask somebody else to
right.
go,
Oh,
and then
later
you
on.
can speak.
Yes, ma'am. Later on, I can.
Chalega, we have a little time. Let's ask Isha. Hi, Isha.
Ma'am, how are you, ma'am?
Hi, good morning.
Ma'am, good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, ma'am, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes. Try to speak, Isha. Let's see if I can hear you.
No, ma'am. Ma'am, I actually in my life I have not gone through a very bad phase, but my parents are very supportive and my family is very active and knowledgeable. This is the reason why my life is very smooth and fast process. But ma'am, one decision right now I have taken from last month. I asked my mom. Actually, I have to take permission from my mom to do job. Actually, I'm doing business from home. So I told my mom, I'm just getting bored at home and I can do it in the night your works also. I have to make the presentation. I have to talk the clients and all. she agreed to do the job. I said, you okay? You just better try. And then
Isha, your voice is. Hello, Isha. Can't hear you properly. It's breaking badly still. You type in the chat box or something, please. Okay, Raji. Hi, Raji. Good morning.
Hi, ma'am. Good morning. How are
Hi.
you, ma'am?
I'm doing quite well. How about you?
I'm also good, ma'am. Ma'am, one good news. I'm planning to come to Goa.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. You
Yeah,
weren't
ma'am.
there in, like, you were busy with something, I think, all these days also. I didn't
Yes,
see
ma'am.
you in any of the
Yeah.
classes.
Yes, ma'am. My mom and my brother's daughter and son, they came. I
Okay.
was busy with them, ma'am.
All right. That's nice. So when
Ma'am,
are you planning to
I
come to
was
Goa?
seeking suggestion from you, ma'am. Like, we need to do booking and all. So, where to say and what places are good, ma'am? I want to know.
See, one thing you can do, specifically when it comes to Goa, is there are a lot of pages on Instagram. One page that I would recommend to you is something called Soul Traveling. Check this
Soul.
out. Yeah,
Okay.
I've written
Soul.
it on the screen. Can you see on the screen?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes.
So check this out on Instagram, Soul Traveling Goa or Soul Traveling. So these guys, they take you to a lot of hidden, not hidden as such, but they take you and make you experience different aspects of Goa. Like they'll take you to the green spots, or they'll take you to taste some very good food. So it's not a very touristy thing. Like it's not about parties and all of that with them. It's about discovering all the hidden gems. If you want to do something like that, you can contact these people.
Okay,
Uh,
ma'am.
but also, Raji, otherwise, what are you looking for? Do you want to just be in a nice on a nice beach and enjoy the greenery, or do you want to party and stuff like that?
No, no, ma'am. Like beach and greeneries, ma'am, especially.
Then I would highly recommend that you go to the south of Goa,
Okay, ma'am.
because there you will really get a lot of these beaches. There is something also called the Sal River or the Sal River, where you
Okay.
have the Sal River Resort. So they are also pretty cool. And in the south of Goa, there are many unexplored kind of beaches where there isn't much crowd. So there you can check out some of the resorts or hotels in the south part of Goa. North is a little more commercial like that. They have more of, the clubs are here, and you'll get very good restaurants here in the north, no doubt. All kinds of cuisines and all of that. And a lot of temples are there in the north also if you want to do some temple visiting. But
Okay.
otherwise, if you want to just go to beaches where there is not much crowd and stuff like that, and you can, enjoy the greenery and everything, then south is what I would recommend.
Yeah, ma'am. As I told you, ma'am, like I will plan either on 16th or month end, ma'am. So, like in Bangalore right now, the weather is super, ma'am. Like it's been raining for last 4 to 5 days.
Okay, yeah. One more thing about the weather. Now it's in the month of May. By the 15th of May or something, it's gonna start raining here. Okay, in Goa also.
That's nice.
Okay, but the one thing is you'll have to then check properly for your booking and everything, because certain places may be closed. Their
Oh,
off season starts now.
okay, ma'am.
Yeah. But now I think because of COVID, they're trying to keep more places open because, of course, business loss and all that has happened. So you have
Okay.
to really be very particular about all your bookings and check everything, because some places may really shut. Many of the places shut down. Certain beaches also are closed.
Okay.
So just
Yeah,
check
because
all
I
of
have
that.
not seen such problems, ma'am. Most of my friends they visited.
Hmm. Yeah, till now it's okay, but because the rains have not yet started. 15th May
Okay.
onwards, it will start.
Okay, ma'am.
And here
Okay.
the rains are super heavy. So, what happens is if you want to travel and stuff like that, then you have to be in a car, or you have to plan your travel accordingly, plan your days accordingly.
Okay. Yeah, correct, ma'am.
So, better you inquire properly with the hotel and everything.
Ma'am,
Not
hope to meet you, ma'am. Even I wanted to meet you.
you land in Goa first,
Yes, yes, I
and
will, ma'am.
maybe you can contact me on social media or something like that.
Okay.
Then let's see we can get in touch.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Okay, so tell us, do you want to speak on this topic also?
Ma'am,
Yeah, Shailendra, yes, sorry.
ma'am, I have one more advice for Raji.
Uh-huh.
Ma'am, I have been to Goa
Hmm.
in the past, and I know all the tourist places of Goa. So
Wow.
I can be a tourist, I can be tourist guide for you. But I have certain conditions. I only stay in five-star hotels, and I need an SUV, fully AC SUV. So,
Sure, Shailendra. You can suggest me. I want this trip to be memorable.
okay. Then if you are ready, then I will apply for a, a vacation for my from my office.
Sure. Why not?
Raji,
Thanks for that.
take me also.
All
Raji,
right.
please take me with along with you.
You guys will have to chat with each other on your group. I think you'll have a group or something, right? Separately.
We have,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Telegram group is there, but I'm not in that group, ma'am.
Okay. So then
Yeah.
we all discuss this as to who I think is going to be a trip then with a lot of people on it. All right, cool. Yes. So, do you have anything to say about this?
Yeah, the hardest thing I have ever done. Yes, ma'am. Or the toughest decision I had to ever make is like I told you recently. I lived alone, ma'am. That was the toughest decision for me because my health wasn't good and I had to stay on my own. I had to take care of myself and everything. I had to manage everything because so far I didn't do any single task like going outside, purchasing groceries and all these mostly it's done by my husband. So this time I learn a lot of things being alone, what responsibilities you need to take, like how to stay at home, how to be socialized, at what time, like properly checking doors and all. Staying alone is a big task, like you can stay alone, no doubt, but the responsibility attached with it, so you need to go through it properly. You need to plan your day according to that. Like if you have to go outside, you need to make sure that you lock it properly or not. So this time I did all these things on my own. So yeah, that's the hardest thing for me. And the toughest decision, ma'am, I don't know whether you know about one of the fast, ma'am, Mangla Gori. Have you heard about this? It's one kind of puja, ma'am.
No.
So specially we do this, we perform this puja in the month of Shravan month.
Hmm.
And Mangla Gauri means in that we need to collect 16 different leaves of 16 different plants.
Okay.
So, and in the early stage of my marriage, ma'am, I perform this puja, and not just this puja we perform just in Shravan month, and weekly once on Tuesday we perform, and it's for 3 hours.
Hmm.
So we need to collect all these leaves. Then we need to make shivling with turmeric powder. We need to make diyas with wheat flour and all. So like before marriage, I didn't do any single puja like chanting, sitting, and after marriage instantly I had to do this. So that was a challenge for me, like sitting 3 hours and performing each thing properly. So yeah, that was the toughest decision I had to make.
Correct. Yeah. And you have to ensure that everything is done properly. Like you can't make a mistake, or you have to be so thorough about everything, right?
Yeah,
To
means
do something it is.
if something goes wrong, unnecessary that thoughts are there. My God, this thing went wrong. What will happen now? So we need to make sure that we do everything properly.
Correct. Absolutely. I'm sure you must have been so tensed about it all throughout those 3 hours.
Yes, ma'am. That diyas, and I did this puja, ma'am, for 7 to 8 years. And
Oh.
after that, I did udyapan. Like when we finish this puja, then one pandit come and he performed the puja for 2 to 3 hours. Abhishek is there for that puja.
Hmm.
So after that, finally, like, I perform it very well.
Great. Very nice. Something very different, interesting that you shared with us, Raji.
Yeah, ma'am.
Cool, cool. Thank you. Good to have you back in class also, and thanks for sharing.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Ma'am, I noticed one mistake in Raji's speech. She said, in earlier stage of my marriage. Ma'am, instead of this, she can say in earlier years of my marriage. In the earlier years of my marriage.
Early years, instead of earlier, also she can say in the early years of my marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can say it
Okay.
like that. Yeah.
Thank you, Shailendra. Yes.
Welcome.
One more, she made a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
I have make.
This is the toughest decision I had to make. Like that?
No, ma'am. She was speaking out of fluently and sitting and something. She told us after that I have make.
Okay.
Which ka sentence I don't know which was that, but
Okay.
anyhow,
So
no
she
issue.
have made.
No issue. Thank you.
Very nice. Okay.
Thank you,
Manju, do you
guys.
want to share?
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Manju.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I will. If the class afternoon, I will go for that.
Acha, theek hai, no problem. Then you can think about it and see what you would like to share.
Till then, I will prepare that time. Okay.
Theek hai, no problem. Chandan is also here. Hi, Chandan. Chandan, do you want to speak? Do you want to say something about this? आपको कुछ कहना है?
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Actually, I joined late, ma'am.
That's okay.
I was working,
Hmm.
so I'm listening also.
Hmm. Okay. So do you want to speak now or you want to speak later?
Speak later, ma'am.
Later. Okay, fine. Okay, no problem. Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you. Isha was trying to speak, but Isha, I couldn't hear you properly.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, afternoon I will speak, ma'am.
But Isha, are you anything happening about your number, the porting in and all, porting out, whatever? Are you doing
Ma'am,
something about it?
I'm just planning to take new Wi-Fi, ma'am, on first floor also.
That's a good idea. So, so that you will
Hmm.
have your own Wi-Fi connection then.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Personal connection, ma'am. I'm just planning to
Do something
take
like that. Do something so that we can listen to you properly
Yes,
without having to struggle, without you having to struggle.
I will talk.
All right, cool.
Yes,
Ma'am,
Yes,
in my
sir.
past, in entire life, ma'am, I have not gone through this kind of problem. First time it happens with me suddenly, ma'am.
Yeah, I know it's a little annoying, but anyways, you see how you can sort it out. If you can sort it out quickly, then it will be good.
Yes, ma'am.
Be better for you.
Okay.
Okay, so Ellie, yes, what were you trying to say?
yes, ma'am. So some participants say make decision, and some use take decision. So what is the proper?
Actually, even I don't know the answer to that one. Even I see a lot of people saying and writing also, I had to take this decision, I had to make this decision. Even when I was writing this statement on the screen, I was also a bit confused. Does anyone have an answer to this by any chance? Take a decision versus make a decision, which is the better verb to use?
Ma'am, take is better, ma'am. I'm from my point of view, ma'am. Actually, take means हम ले रहे हैं, कोई decision हम लेते ही, ma'am. Make considered as an understanding and something like that, ma'am. Take is a good way, ma'am. I think. I'm not sure 100%.
Ma'am, at one place I read that make you use for something you are making, like making plans, bana rahe ho. Taking decision, we can use here make and take both interchangeably, ma'am.
Okay. So even I'm also Googling it right now. It says that there is a very subtle difference between taking a decision and making a decision. Making a decision refers more to the process. And it's something that could take time. Like I'm making a decision about something, thinking about something. And taking a decision is the act of deciding and something that happens in an instant. Like I took a
Yes, ma'am.
decision or I'm taking. Okay.
Prompt decision, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm making decision, ma'am. Like I'm just making presentations. I'm making some assignments, just like that, ma'am.
Right. So it also says, like Raji said, that we interchangeably use it. Kabhi take, kabhi make bolte hain. But that is a somewhat subtle difference as such. Kylie, did you get anything out of this?
Yeah, I think both are interchangeable.
Yeah, correct.
And
But,
thank you, ma'am.
welcome, welcome. Okay, I think we can wrap up then. Anyways, it's 11. I guess you guys have your class. So we'll carry on in the afternoon at 3. If you guys can join in, please do. We can continue this topic and maybe have some conversation or do something else too. If you all have any ideas, please let me know. All right. Thank you so much. Have a good day ahead, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Manju. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the class. How are you all? Yes. Manju, how are you?
I'm quite fine, ma'am. But you are not feeling looking well.
Ma'am, good
Why?
morning.
You are so less energy in your
Voice.
feedback.
Yes, actually, yesterday I was not feeling well, so I took some medicines and then I slept. So I woke up really late and I'm feeling a little groggy.
Okay, you are not feeling well. Why, ma'am?
Yes. No, I
Something.
had like a little bit of cold, so I took some meds. So the cold is gone, like the problem is gone, but I'm feeling a little groggy because of the medicines. The cold medicines, whenever you take them, you feel little tired and sleepy all the time.
Okay, later on I will suggest you not medicine, how to keep away to these silly um, disease, so called.
Very nice, very nice. Please do tell me, okay? Because I get
Yeah,
colds very often.
yes, in the evening I will give you because of that time speaking time. I will suggest you.
Thank you so much, Manju. I look forward to it, honestly,
Yes.
because
Morning,
it's
ma'am.
very
Otherwise,
nice.
otherwise, everyone feels tired and uneasy during cold,
Yes,
cough, and light, mild fever.
yes, yes, exactly, exactly.
So you
Yes.
must
Thank
care.
you so much, Pinky. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, good morning. Who was it? I think Deepak, right? No, or Soumya. Good
Ma'am,
morning, guys.
ma'am.
Yes, good morning, Raji.
Hi, ma'am. Ma'am, yesterday you asked everyone the question, what would you do if you found a bag of money, a lot of
Yes,
money? Ma'am, what
yes.
would you do, ma'am? I want your answer, ma'am.
I would set up a good business that I want to do, and I will put it all, invest it all so that I can get returns and have a nice life where I'm working without any pressure of me.
Okay. Yeah,
That's
ma'am.
that's very boring answer, but that is the best thing someone can do, when they get money.
Like, ma'am, as you are in teaching,
Actually,
I thought
yes.
you are in teaching field, so you want to set up something like related to education, ma'am.
No, business hasn't related to education business.
Okay.
Nothing with actual business, like not with, it is also consumer based business, education, but there are businesses that are set in education sector. So I would want to set up something of that sort.
Like in Kota, ma'am, coaching center is there and there is too much income
No,
in
no,
Kota.
I don't like the right now. I prefer the online mode much better than anything else because in the online mode you can serve more people, right?
Right.
And your customer base is much bigger. In Kota, there is only a certain amount of people who will go and study from Kota.
Like an academy, you can create any app and you
Yes,
can start.
exactly. Very nice, right? I would love to do that.
Yeah, ma'am, that
If
would
I
be
Ma'am,
got
nice.
the chance, I would definitely do that only. Yes,
Okay, ma'am. Yes.
yes,
ma'am, I have a doubt, ma'am.
yes, Swami, बताइए बिल्कुल.
Ma'am, phrasal verb whenever we use, then ma'am, for example, ma'am, break out. Then ma'am, both are joined. Means both the words are joined. And
No, no, it's not joined. It's not joined. They are written separately. Break and up are written separately.
if they separated, then the meaning of the phrasal verb change or same meaning is the phrasal verb.
Okay, once. See, if I write something like I broke up with him. So this means to get out of a relationship, right? Breaking up here, it means to get out of a relationship. If I say okay, so you can see here, Soumya, in the first sentence, I broke up with him. What happens in a phrasal verb is basically you use a verb plus a preposition. This is the formula for a phrasal verb. Okay, verb plus preposition. But this verb plus preposition gives a very different meaning, a very different meaning. What is the meaning here? Broke up or break up, it means to get out of a relationship. Okay, so when I say I broke up with him, I am writing them separately, break and up, so with a gap, but they mean getting out of a relationship. So when I say I broke up with him, it means I got out of a relationship with him. Okay. And the second example, please break up the biscuits so that I can use them. So usually we wouldn't use up here. Up will not be used here. You will simply say, please break the biscuits so that I can use them because we will simply use the word break and not the preposition up. Okay.
Ma'am, my question is that if ma'am we use broke and up separately between the sentence,
Yes,
it means ma'am,
then it is not a phrasal verb, but it can be. It can be. It's not necessarily that it isn't a phrasal verb.
ma'am, one example I tell.
Yeah.
Bring the books out and ma'am bring out the books. What is the difference, ma'am? Or both are same.
I think both of them are same. Okay. What happens in phrasal verbs is you can put other words between the verb and the phrase, and the sentence remains same. Just give me one second.
Hi.
Yes, hello, Isha, can you hear me? Okay, good morning. Yes, Soumya, right? Soumya? If you're using phrasal verbs, so phrasal verbs can have things between them. So I can write, please put out the fire, or I can also write, please put the fire out. Both of them mean the same thing. Both of them uh, have the same meaning and they are using the same phrasal verb, that is put out. Okay. So you can write other stuff between the phrasal verbs. Understood, Soumya?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so and phrasal verbs can also change tenses. So I can say something like I broke up with him, that is past tense, or I can say I will break up with him, that is future tense. Okay, so phrasal verbs can also change tenses according to the meaning of the sentence.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So we could have done a little bit of phrasal verbs, I think, but we haven't done.
Yes, ma'am, that's a good topic.
Right? We could have done a little bit of
But
phrasal
they will
verbs.
not change, ma'am. We need to use it together. Some phrasal verb, like we can use noun, pronoun in between, and we can use it.
Yes, exactly. Some phrasal verbs can be used like that, where you are putting some nouns, pronouns, or even phrases between them.
Yes,
But
ma'am. Like, ma'am, in the sentence which you have given just now, so put out the fire means aag bujha do, and put the fire out means like something you are like that holy fire is there which you use before God. So you are telling put the fire out.
so you're taking it and putting it outside.
Yeah. So the meaning changes completely, ma'am.
Yes, the meaning, there is a difference in meaning, but they are both correct. Yes, we can do a little bit of phrasal verb, I think.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Okay, chaliye. So we were discussing sentences. Let's quickly complete it. So we have only one sentence left, that is exclamatory sentence, right? And Farfetch actually doesn't have anything on explanatory sentences. So we will do this part from our good old Renan Martin. Once.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, good morning. Who's this? Veena? Okay, so let's start. So we have completed imperative sentences. So we will start with explanatory sentences. It's not very long. It's very, very short indeed. We will complete it in 5 minutes. And then we will move on to the rest. So you can see exclamatory sentence is basically a sentence that expresses a strong feeling. Uh, a strong feeling is called an exclamatory sentence. Okay. So अगर कोई सेंटेंस बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग कोई फीलिंग्स जता रहा है उसको हम एक्सक्लेमेटरी सेंटेंस बोलते हैं. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a negative feeling. It can also be a positive feeling. हमेशा ये जरूरी नहीं है कि नेगेटिव फीलिंग हो जैसे कि गुस्सा या डिसअपॉइंटमेंट ये हो. कुछ अच्छा भी हो सकता है, हैप्पीनेस, एक्साइटमेंट. इससे भी हम एक्सक्लेमेटरी सेंटेंसेस बना सकते हैं, राइट? And what will be be some of the examples? It can be something like we
won the game.
we won the game. Very good. So what do we put at the end of exclamatory sentences? We put an exclamation mark. हम exclamation mark लगाते हैं exclamatory sentence के बाद. Yes. Any other sentences that comes to your mind, guys? It can be something like get. Yes.
He stood first.
He
Hooray.
stood first. Yes, hooray is exclamatory, but it is not an exclamatory sentence. It is an interjection, right? Parts of speech. क्योंकि single word है. All right, Shailendra. Yes. Anything else?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, there are basically two famous structure in exclamatory, ma'am. Like we start with water and how. So what a delightful party.
Very nice. What a delightful party. Very good. And how beautiful.
How lovely is the flower.
Okay. How beautifully.
How beautiful, how wonderful, you can say.
Good. Yes. Sir?
Ma'am, I cannot see this image, ma'am. Can you show it again?
Once. I'll show it once. Okay. So these can all function as exclamatory sentences.
What a beautiful garden.
What a beautiful garden. Bilkul, bilkul. Absolutely. Right? So yes.
Ma'am, the last one sentence, how lovely is the flower, is correct, ma'am?
Yes, how lovely is the flower is correct. Okay.
How it is possible?
See, in exclamatory sentences, when we are using this kind of structure with how, then what we are doing is putting the subject at the very end. So in a declarative sentence, how would we say this sentence? In a declarative sentence, we would say, the flower is lovely. Right? This is what we will say, the flower is lovely. But when we are making it into exclamatory using the word how, then the sentence becomes like it turns opposite, right? Turns on its own. So basically the sentence becomes how plus the end of the sentence first. So the adjective lovely first, then the rest of the sentence in the opposite order is the flower. Okay. First we have subject complement, then we have verb, then we have the subject. Here we have the subject, then the verb, and then the subject complement. So we are just changing the position.
Ma'am, what about that sentence, how lovely flower is? What stands that?
How lovely the flower is?
Hanji, yes, ma'am.
Yes, that is also fine. That is also fine. You can also say how lovely the flower is.
Is it wrong, ma'am?
It is also correct. It is also correct.
And whatever you wrote over on the screen, that is also right. Am
yes,
I right?
You can say how lovely is the flower. You can also say how lovely the flower is.
Okay? Because ma'am, I pointed out this time I read in the Ren Martin, and in the same statement sentence was written in that book. That's why I pointed.
Yes,
yeah,
yes, definitely.
Actually, she is right, ma'am. Manju is right. Verb come last, I guess, in the exclamatory.
How lovely the flower is.
Yes.
How lovely is the flower? How beautiful is that?
We can say, what a bold girl she is. So
Okay, what a bold girl she is. Okay, okay, very nice, very nice. Okay, let me write the formula then. 1 second, okay, guys.
Because ma'am, I am firm in this statement because of I read in the Rand Martin grammar book. That's why which use advice to all.
Right,
That's
right, right. Very nice, Manju. Yes. Okay, so then
thank
basically
you.
the if you're making normal, what to say, normal exclamatory sentences, it will follow the same pattern as a declarative sentence, right? And it will just have an exclamation point at the end. But if you're making sentences with what plus a slash and the noun or noun. Okay. So this will be a first way of making an exclamatory sentence. The second one is how does okay, so this is another way you can form exclamatory sentences. And they won't have full stop at the end, sorry. They will have
Can we say how
exclamation.
beautiful she is?
Yes, how beautiful she is, how arrogant he is, okay, so on
Yeah.
and so forth. Okay, so but any sentences, guys, anything that comes to your mind? Yes, yes,
Ma'am,
Maliha, yes, Shailendra,
what a shame you have failed again.
very good. What a shame
You have failed again.
you
What a shame.
you have failed again. Very good, absolutely correct. Yes,
What
next,
a
Maliha.
beautiful ma'am! What a beautiful dress she wore.
What a beautiful dress she wore.
She wore.
what an excellent dancer she is.
What an excellent dancer she is. Very good.
What a disgusting post he has shared.
What a disgusting post he has shared. Very good. Yes,
But ma'am, how it can be disgusting?
maybe it is disgusting because it is anything can
Can
be
be
disgusting.
adjective? Ma'am, can
Yes,
we get adjective?
yes, disgusting is an adjective. Disgusting food, disgusting post.
Sometime it comes, no, ma'am?
As adjective?
Yes, ma'am, in ing. Mm,
Yes, yes, sometimes certain nouns and verbs take ing and
it
then they become adjectives. Okay. Just
adjective
like they
take,
sometimes take ed and become adjectives.
yes, sometime adjective take ing form.
Right. Yes.
Otherwise, it in a uh, other way. Beautiful,
Yes.
excellent, yeah, all other. Right.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Any other
Ma'am,
sentences, guys, for example?
what a cheap friend you are.
What a cheap friend you are. Very good. Very good.
How boring story she is telling.
How boring her story is. Okay, how
Ma'am,
boring her story.
ma'am, how stunning view this is.
What a stunning view this is.
What a stunning view this is.
Right.
Ma'am,
How तभी होगा जब when it is talking about an action.
How stunning is she looking?
How he passed away.
Stunning view. How he passed away? That is a question. Okay, Maliha, that is an interrogative sentence. You are asking because you want to know how did he pass away. Okay.
Instead, she can ask, what a tragedy.
What a tragedy. Absolutely correct. What a tragedy. Right? Bilkul sahi. Yes. Any other
What
sentence? Yes,
cracking
Soumya.
six teach?
Yes, Soumya?
Ma'am,
How
what
happened?
cracking six the teach?
What happened?
This is also exclamatory sentence.
Yes,
How
yes.
happened?
यहाँ पे what a delightful part means here.
What a delightful party. Okay, very nice. Yes, next Maliha बताइए.
How happened this?
No, how did this happen again? It is a question, interrogative. How did this happen?
These are not exclamatory sentences.
No. If you are making a question, then it is interrogative. Okay, just look at the set.
What a great
Difference.
idea.
What a great idea is definitely interrogate. Exclamatory. See, Maliha, if I write, what a tragedy, and if I write, what tragedy happened, or something like that. Okay. So these
What a
are two
great
different.
idea.
Yes, what a great idea can be explanatory. Okay, can be explanatory. Very nice. Yes.
Ma'am,
Yes.
what a melodious song he sings.
Okay, what a melodious song he sings is correct, but it would be better if you can say how melodiously he sings, because you're trying to talk about the action, not the song, right?
What a magical broom that is.
What a
Magical broom.
what a magical
Melodious voice she has.
Ma'am,
Yes, very
in
good.
this above sentence, will it come how melodiously he sings or how melodiously he sang?
It depends. If he has already sung the song, it is in past, then it will be sung, right? But if you're listening to him right now and then talking to someone how melodiously he sings, then it will be in present. Or maybe you're just
Can we use here present, ma'am? Like if we are listening right now, how melodiously is he singing?
yes, definitely you can also write that. And how melodiously he sings, it can also mean that he always sings very melodiously. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
simple present में habitual action भी आता है, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, Maliha,
Can
do you
we
want to
think
say
how
something?
melodious voice she has?
What a melodious voice she has. Okay.
Okay, what a melodious
What
she has.
a
Melodious voice she has.
melodious voice she has. Okay. So yes, बताइए any other sentences? Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am. Like we can further make the sentence by using such sentences. What an extraordinary talent you have. Where were you before?
Yes, exactly. Definitely, you can say that. What an extraordinary talent you have. Where were you before? बिल्कुल. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Any other questions? Yes, Shima.
Yeah, ma'am. I want to try one sentence.
बताइए.
What a horror movie this is.
What a horror movie. What a horrific.
Horror, instead of horror, what a scary movie this is.
You can also write what a horrific movie this is, right? So horror, Shima, is a noun. You have to use an adjective. So horror का adjective बनता है horrific. So you will say
Horrific.
what a horrific movie this is. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, one more sentence. How
And ma'am, scary.
Scary, बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल. Definitely.
ma'am,
Yes.
how adverse situation he overcome.
What an adverse. What an adverse situation he
He
has
overcome. He has
overcome.
overcome. Okay.
Okay. What
Right.
an adverse situation he has
A scary
overcome.
movie.
Right.
Pardon?
Thank
Yes, Maliha?
What a scary movie.
What a scary movie. Absolutely correct. What a scary movie. Very good. So these are all exclamatory sentences. I hope there aren't any questions or doubts from exclamatory sentences. Yes, Raji, do you have a question?
Ma'am, so the rule is it's not always end with verb like is or was. Like even I can say what a magical moment was that we were totally engrossed.
What a magical. Yes, of course, you can add the rest of the sentence. This
No,
is
no,
the
but the
basic.
thing is at the end, ma'am, verb should come. I told before, but it's not correct.
No, like the verb should come. You are correct. It should come at the end of the clause. We are not looking at the sentence. We are looking at the clause. Okay.
Like in this sentence, ma'am, what a magical moment was that. So it is also exclamatory.
Okay, right. Yes, yes. It doesn't have to be, but yes, the formula will still remain the same कि last में auxiliary आएगा. उसके बाद में भी आप कुछ भी add कर रहे हैं, like let's say you're adding another particle, another adjective. I don't know the rest of the sentence, subject, complement, कुछ भी हो सकता है. But the formula will still remain the same. This is the formula. Okay. You will follow
Okay.
this, and after that you can add whatever you want. Okay.
Yeah, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yes, Soumya, do you have a sentence?
I have a doubt, ma'am.
बताइए.
We can say a declarative sentence as an exclamatory sentence on behalf of the
Definitely.
situation, ma'am.
Definitely, definitely. See, these sentences like we won the game, get out of my room, these are all declarative also in nature. If you just use them without an exclamation mark and you do not put much, what to say, much force or emotion in the sentence, then it becomes what? A declarative sentence, simply a declarative sentence, right? So
Yes.
auxiliary भी हम बना सकते हैं. We can also make negative auxiliaries. Sorry, negative exclamatories like okay, get out of the room is not an auxiliary, it is an imperative, right? So they did not steal my books. You can see this is a negative sentence. Exclamatory, negative. Okay. So they did not steal my books. You are very angrily speaking. They did not steal my books. So again, it becomes an exclamatory sentence. Okay, clear, guys?
Ma'am,
Yes, Annie.
how interrupted girl you are?
How interrupted? What do you want to say? Interrupted as in?
एक डिस्टर्बेंट एलिमेंट्स होते हैं ना क्लास में बार बार
So
उसे
you are interrupting a lot. You cannot say interrupted. Interrupted का मतलब आप interrupt हो रही है, ना कि वो आप किसी को interrupt कर रही है. Okay. You can say you are very disturbing. That you can say. Okay. Yes, Sheena.
Yeah, ma'am. Can I say, ma'am, in this way, he is such a hypocrite?
He
Is
is
this?
such a hypocrite. Very good. Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, you can say that,
And
and that will also be
yeah.
exclamatory.
Yeah. And one more sentence, ma'am.
Yes.
What is the meaning
Washing
of hypocrite?
clothes
Once
or
again,
dongi
Rupali.
is like this.
Yes, washing.
Yeah. Washing clothes is such a boring job.
Absolutely, absolutely. Washing clothes is such a boring job.
Yeah.
Yes, and hypocrite का मतलब है yes, someone who is lying all the time.
And like
बोलते कुछ है,
yeah,
करते कुछ है.
yeah. In meaning Marathi, ma'am, dongi like this.
Yes, washing clothes is such a boring job. Okay, yes. Any other questions? Any doubts? But the exclamatory is very short and it doesn't have much in it to explain.
Can we
Yes,
say such a boring person you are?
absolutely, absolutely. You can say such a boring person you are. Okay. So, guys, I think we are done with all the types of sentences. Do you have any questions, any doubts from sentences? बताइए. type specially, because अब हम questions start करेंगे. We will start with questions. We are done with both the types, right? So types based on structure and types based on meaning.
Ma'am,
Do you have any
sometimes
questions? Yes.
I get confused while making question on what. At that time, I start struggling how to make the sentence. किस तरह कितना that,
How much?
yes, would you like to clear it?
Yeah, sure. We will do some what to say. We will do some exercises now, actually activities, so that we can understand this much better. Okay. Uh,
We
so
say how difficult, how long. If these are coming this
how
exclamatory.
long? Yes,
Yeah.
no. It can also come in interrogative. How long will it take for you to get ready? How long will you be out? Okay.
Because ma'am, we have done on adjective, not question, how, what, second adjective, then complete other phrase. But here it is, मतलब किस तरह और कितने बजे, ये these type of statement, it confuse me.
Okay. Let's take a few sentences and let's start doing. Okay. Um, okay. So what type of sentence is this? They will arrive at 4 o'clock at the airport.
Declarative sentence.
Yes ma'am.
Declarative
ये
sentence.
कितने
Very good.
बजे एयरपोर्ट पहुंचे, then we will, how I will start.
Yes, I'm coming to that. 1 second, Manju. Okay. Tell me the negative. Who will tell me the negative of this declarative? Yes.
They will
They
not
will
arrive.
They
Not
will not
arrive
arrive.
at 4
Very
o'clock.
good. What is the other way of saying this negative interrogative?
They won't arrive.
They
They don't.
won't arrive. Very good. They won't arrive at 4 o'clock at the airport. Yes or no question कैसे बनेगा? How will you make an yes or no question with this sentence?
Will they arrive at 4 o'clock at the airport?
Very good, Soumya. बहुत अच्छे. So the sentence will be, will they arrive at 4 o'clock at the airport? And the end punctuation will be a question mark, right? Make negative interrogative from this.
Won't they arrive? And second, will they not arrive?
Very good, Raji. Absolutely correct. So, will they not arrive? And it will also be, won't they arrive? Right? बहुत अच्छे. Very good. Okay. So now we will go to alternative questions. You will give two options in the question. One this option, the other one that option. Yes. Yes, बताइए. Alternative questions. I have told you guys the alternative questions can work in both ways. You can either use auxiliary or you can use WH words.
Where will they arrive at 4 o'clock at the airport?
No.
when they will arrive.
No. These are all WH questions. I want an alternative questions जिसमें आप option already question में दे रहे हैं. आप already 2 या 3 option या उससे भी ज़्यादा option question में ही दे देंगे. Using
Ma'am,
or maybe.
will they arrive at 4 o'clock at the airport or not?
Correct. Will they arrive at 4 o'clock at the airport
Or not? Okay.
or not? So you are giving two options already. Either they will arrive at 4 o'clock or they will not arrive, right? So two options are given in the question itself. Very good, Shailendra. Tag question. Yes.
They will arrive at 4 o'clock at the airport, won't they?
Very good, absolutely correct. Negative tag.
They won't arrive at the airport at 4 o'clock, will they?
Very good, very good.
And ma'am, one more. Will they arrive at 4 o'clock at the airport, right?
Yes.
Very good, very good. Not will they, not will they. Once again, they will not arrive at the airport at 4 o'clock. Will they? Very good. And another one, what did you say, Shailendra?
Will they?
No, when
They
we are
will
making
arrive at,
tag
yeah,
question,
ma'am. Yeah,
right?
ma'am. Will they arrive at 4 o'clock at the airport, right?
No, they will arrive.
Yeah,
They will.
they will
When
arrive
we
at,
are making tag questions, it doesn't start with WH, right?
yes.
Right? Very good. Very good. Absolutely correct. Tag question. Okay, now we will start WH questions. Bataiye. Let's start with simple. What? You can change the meaning of the sentence, of course, okay? But you have to use all the WH words. Bataiye.
Who will arrive at the airport?
Who will arrive?
Who, ma'am? Who?
Yes, sorry. Who will arrive at the airport at 4 o'clock? Very good.
Next, when will they arrive at the airport?
Very good. When will they arrive at the?
Why will they arrive at the airport?
Very good. Why will they arrive?
With whom हो सकता है?
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल. At the airport. With
Will they
whom
arrive at 4
will
o'clock?
they arrive at the airport? Very good. Yes, next.
Where will they arrive at 4 o'clock?
Very good. Where will they arrive?
Who will arrive at the airport at 4 o'clock?
We have written who will arrive at the airport at 4 o'clock, right?
Ma'am?
Absolutely. Yes.
Ma'am, where will they arrive at 4 o'clock at the airport? We can say like this also. Because the
No.
airport is very big and
Yeah,
there
you
are
can.
different.
Maybe some particular gate or entrance. You're talking about
Yeah.
a particular entrance, right? Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Can we say how they will arrive? How will they arrive?
Yes, बिल्कुल. How will they arrive? बिल्कुल कैसे पहुंचेंगे?
Yeah.
Very good. How will they arrive at the airport? बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल. You can ask that. Very good. Yes.
And
Ma'am,
ma'am, if
what
there
will
will be no, yeah, okay.
Yes, बताइए. What will?
Ma'am, yeah, ma'am. If there will be no time, so that time I can say what time they will be arrive at airport.
They will be नहीं होगा. Okay, Sheena. It will
Yeah.
be. It will start with at what time will
They arrive.
they arrive at the airport.
Yeah.
आप देखिए जितने भी क्वेश्चंस है इसमें आप जो भी ऐड कर रहे हैं WH एक्सेट्रा उसके साथ जो भी वर्ड्स वगैरह ऐड कर रहे हैं फ्रेजेस the sentence structure will always remain the same. Will they arrive at the airport? They will arrive at the airport. ये जो structure है इसको आप change नहीं करेंगे. Okay?
Yeah, that should be will.
Ma'am,
Yes.
in this question, can we remove and simply can we ask what time will they arrive at the airport?
No, you have to use at what time will they arrive at the airport.
Because
Ma'am?
ma'am, I read that like
What time will they arrive at the airport? I don't think that is correct. Okay, let's check once. Yes.
twice we are using, ma'am. That's why.
At okay. At what time will they arrive at the airport?
So simply
No,
even
here at the first at is for the time, the second at is for the airport. I don't think this is incorrect. Okay, Raji. For example, at what time will they arrive? Even if I ask this, I would have used at. Okay, what time will they arrive? I don't think that is correct. You have to use at with time. Like किस समय पर, किस becomes our at. No, किस becomes our what?
this one,
Yes.
ma'am, because even I use in this way, ma'am, before at what time you will come, and now I avoid it because here everyone is using what time will you come. At what time no one is using, ma'am.
I think that is maybe because in the spoken English ये हो सकता है. At what time?
Because that extra word, ma'am, even like it makes complete sense even if you remove that.
Okay, one
Ma'am,
second. At what time is okay, and from a perspective grammatical standpoint is correct, but most people say what time. See, the same thing. Like when you are speaking, maybe you will say what time. You will not say at what time. Okay, but grammatically, at what time is correct. Okay.
Okay.
ma'am,
Yes.
which airport will they arrive?
Very good. Which airport will they arrive at? Okay. Which airport will they arrive at? Very good.
Ma'am.
Yes, Manju.
Ma'am,
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am. At
Yes, Manju.
what time, ma'am? At what time will they arrive at the airport? किस समय एयरपोर्ट वे पहुंचेंगे?
Right.
Right, ma'am.
Yes.
But
Yes.
my question is, at what time? And time is what considered? Time is considered as adjective or what? In this particular sentence.
Time adjective नहीं हो सकता है मंजू. Time is always noun. The word time is always noun. Temporal is adjective. Time का जो adjective बनता है, the noun time, the adjective that is formed from time is temporal. Okay.
And what stand they?
They is pronoun.
Okay, okay. And direct object at the airport, ma'am.
At the airport is not direct object. At the airport is prepositional phrase. Okay, Manju, at the airport is prepositional phrase. At
Right.
what time will they arrive at the airport? This at the airport is our prepositional phrase that is telling us कि कहाँ पर पहुंचा जा रहा है, where. Okay.
And ma'am, which is the direct object in this sentence?
Direct object, they will arrive at the airport. So they will arrive at the airport. Yes. So at the airport is also working as the direct object.
And complement also. Am I right?
Not complement, not complement, only object, because we have what is it called? An action verb of arriving. Okay, because we have an action verb, we have an object.
Direct object is at the airport. Am I right,
Yes,
ma'am?
absolutely, absolutely.
And time is our subject.
No, they is our subject. At what time हमारा अलग phrase है. It is not the subject. They is the subject.
Okay.
They will arrive at the airport. Basically, they is subject. Will arrive verb. At the airport, direct object, which is basically a prepositional phrase. Okay, Manju.
At time means phrase.
Yes. At what time is our phrase. It's not like it is not part of the clause. That is, will they arrive at the airport? Okay.
Okay. Right, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes. Other बताइए WH questions with this.
what will they bring? What will they bring when they arrive at the airport?
They bring when they arrive at the airport. Very good. Yes, next.
Yeah, ma'am. How long?
How long? उसके बाद?
How long will they?
How long
They
will it take for
take
them to arrive at the
Ma'am,
airport?
take for them यहाँ पे क्यों आया मैम?
Because that is how the structure of the sentence is. Okay. How long will it take for them to arrive at the airport? See, जब हम how long से कोई sentence बनाते हैं, ऐसे ही बनता है. Okay. For example, how long will it take for the cake to be cooked or baked? How long will it take for you, or how long will it take you to bring me my cup of coffee? How long will it take them to complete their homework? Okay, so how long will it take? ये आता ही है. This is kind of like a phrase that is used. All right, Isha,
Yes,
who
ma'am.
asked?
Thank you,
Right,
ma'am.
Isha? Yes,
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
most welcome. Yes, और बताइए. Yes,
Yeah,
Shiva.
yeah, ma'am. I want to try one. How many hours will they arrive?
How many hours will they arrive? गलत नहीं है. In how many hours will they
They arrive.
arrive? Okay, so this should
Yeah.
be the sentence. In how many hours will they arrive?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, is it right? What is the purpose of their arrival?
What is the purpose? Arrival. बहुत अच्छा sentence है. Okay, very good, very good, Dipali.
Yes.
Yes,
Thank you.
any other WH
मैम
questions, guys?
इसकी हिंदी क्या होगी?
And can we say
What is
how
the
long
purpose
time
of
it
their
will be
arrival?
arrive?
One second, मलिहा. इसकी हिंदी होगी What is the purpose of their arrival? उनके आने का कारण क्या है? Okay, मंजू.
Okay, right.
Yes, मलिहा बताइए.
How long time it will take to arrive?
No, you will say how long will it take them to arrive? Okay.
Ma'am, how long will they stay after arrival?
Very good. How long will which से बनाइए? Make a sentence with which. Nobody has tried which. Yes.
Ma'am.
Yes. Soumya.
Yes, ma'am.
Which place will you stay? Which place will you arrive?
Which airport will they arrive?
At.
On which airport?
At
On
which
which
airport?
airport will they arrive?
At. You
Ma'am,
can
At.
say which airport will they
Will they arrive?
arrive at? Okay. किस
ma'am,
एयरपोर्ट पर
which
आएंगे?
Ma'am, can I say in this way?
ma'am,
For
which the
what
thing?
will they
One by
arrive?
one, one by one. Yes, Manju, then Shima. Okay, Manju
Okay,
बताइए.
ma'am, which the thing he wanted to buy in that exclusive shop? Yes, showroom.
Which things? No, you will say something like what things did he want to buy? Okay,
Can we
but which
say
things?
which pillar in airport will they arrive? Which place they will stay? Which place they will wait?
You can say, but उस सब के बाद at लगेगा. Which place they will stay at? Which gate will they arrive at? Which entrance will they arrive at? Okay, so at लगेगा. अगर आप which लगा रहे हैं, so at लगेगा.
Ma'am,
Okay.
which explain the sentence that was that wrong?
Which one?
Which I told you, which the thing, which the
I
item, which the dress,
which dress does she want to buy from this shop? This is correct. Okay. If you want to say something like, which dress does she want to buy from this shop? That is correct. You can also say, which shop does she want to buy from? So when you are forming WH questions, जब आप WH questions form कर रहे हैं, which, what, where, how, इन सब से आपको preposition ध्यान में रखना है. You have to keep in mind the use of the preposition. You cannot just keep the preposition out of the sentence. Okay.
would you like to write on the screen? Otherwise, I will not grasp.
Yeah, sure, definitely. Okay. So you can write things. You can say things like, which dress do you want to buy? You can also say, which shop do you want to buy from? You can also say which place are you arriving at? So what is happening? देखिए यहाँ पर depending on what you are saying, इस चीज पर डिपेंड करके कि आप क्या बोल रहे हैं, आप उसके ऊपर डिपेंड करके आप प्रपोजिशन लगा रहे हैं. Which dress do you want to buy? आप किसी ऑब्जेक्ट के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. ऑब्जेक्ट, इन दैट केस आप कोई प्रपोजिशन नहीं लगा रहे हैं. Which chocolate do you want to buy? Which card do you want? आप मुझसे कौन सा कार्ड चाहते हैं, so on and so forth. इसमें आप कोई भी प्रपोजिशन नहीं लगा रहे हैं. But look at the second one, which shop do you want to buy from? किस शॉप से आपको खरीदना है. So आपको अगर किसी शॉप से खरीदना है, आप कैसे बोलेंगे, आंसर कैसे करेंगे, I want to buy from that shop. So इसीलिए यहाँ पर from आएगा. Similarly, अगर आप बोल रहे हैं which place are you arriving at, इसका जवाब क्या होगा, I will arrive at so and so place और I am arriving at so and so place. So उसका जब हम क्वेश्चन बना रहे हैं, उसका जब हम इंटरोगेटिव बना रहे हैं, you cannot leave out the at. You have to put that in the question as well. Okay, so you see, Manju, if I make a sentence like I will go to the nearest shop. If this is the sentence, how will I make an interrogative with which? I will start with which shop will I go to? So same, देखिए स्ट्रक्चर सेम है. आपको बस याद रखना है कि सेंटेंस में जो जो है वो हमें यूज करना है. WH वर्ड, उसके बाद सब जो भी हमारा सब्जेक्ट सॉरी जो भी हमारा ऑब्जेक्ट है वो आ रहा है. विच शॉप विल आई गो टू, सो इन्वर्शन आ रहा है. उसके बाद इन्वर्शन, इन्वर्शन मतलब ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब पहले आएगा, then आएगा हमारा subject. The same structure we are using, right? Auxiliary verb पहले आएगा, उसके बाद subject आएगा, उसके बाद the rest of the sentence, go to. So of course you cannot cut this part out. Go to को आप हटा नहीं सकते. You will have to include that as well. You will have to include the main verb and the preposition that is with it. Yes, Manju?
Yes, ma'am. Right.
Understood.
Thank you.
So
Yes,
whenever
ma'am.
you're confused about an interrogative sentence कि यहाँ पे ये लगेगा या नहीं लगेगा, कोई preposition लगेगा या नहीं लगेगा, simply try and make a declarative out of that sentence and then try and translate, then try and convert it into interrogative. Okay.
Right,
ma'am.
Thank you.
Ma'am.
Yes.
In the same place, ma'am, they will arrive at. So, in which I wanna ask, like, which flight have they booked? So, this is one sentence, and which flight
good afternoon, everyone. Pro learners, quickly join the Zoom meeting. All right, so guys, today our topic is imperatives, imperative sentences. So, does anyone know what are imperative sentences? No idea, students? What are imperative sentences?
When we order someone, ma'am, to do something.
Yes, Vishakha, exactly. So imperative sentences are when we command someone, request, and like she said. So these are imperative sentences. So let's start. प्रीति प्रो परचेज का कोड आपका है अनमता 10. अनमता is ANAMTA अनमता. You can check my name and that is 10. उसके आगे आपको बस 10 लगाना है. You will get 10% discount. Okay. So students, let's start with the first slide. Someone please read.
प्लीज कृपया वेट प्रतीक्षा कीजिए.
So the example of imperative sentence here we have, please wait. So guys, always remember in imperative sentences we do not have a subject. Yes, this is a speciality of these sentences that they do not have any subject. Why we cannot say you please wait? Can someone please explain? So guys, we do not use any subject because जब हम हिंदी में नॉर्मली किसी को बोलते हैं इंतजार करिए या इंतजार करो, तो हम वहाँ पे ये नहीं बोलते तुम इंतजार करो या आप इंतजार करो. When we are talking to the second person, we do not need to put the subject for imperative sentences only. So always remember in imperative sentences, we never put subject. Okay. So guys, I believe this is all about the explanation slide. And Raghavendra has written imperative means to order, request or command. Yes. Very well done. So guys, let's start with the quiz. First, कृपया प्रतीक्षा करें, डॉक्टर व्यस्त हैं. What will be the right English sentence? You wait, the doctor is busy. Please to wait. Aniket, please answer.
Please wait, the doctor is busy.
Yes, the second option is the right option. Please wait, the doctor is busy. Please you wait. Again guys, first में you है. That's why the first option is incorrect. Third में please के साथ to wait है. So wait is not an हमारे कौन से थे इम्पेरेटिव वर्ब, तो उसके साथ हम टू नहीं लगाएंगे. एंड लास्ट प्लीज वेट्स, नो. मूविंग टू द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. कृपया प्रिंसिपल के ऑफिस के बाहर प्रतीक्षा करें. Please, you wait outside the principal's office. Please wait. Please wait, principal's office. Please to wait. Any please answer?
Please wait outside the principal's office.
The third is the right option. Yes, please wait outside the principal apostrophe s office. First में guys again you है, that's why it's incorrect. मैंने अभी आपको पहले ही बता दिया that imperative sentences we do not use subject. I, you, they, we, he, she, it. No. Then we have second waits. Please waits, incorrect. Last option, please to wait, again incorrect. Moving to the next slide. कृपया क्लास के बाहर प्रतीक्षा करें. Arrange the jumble words. Dipendra, please answer. Gaurav.
Please wait outside the classroom.
Yes. Wait outside the classroom is the is the right formation of your sentence. Please wait outside the class. बैठ जाइए. Choose the right option. Please answer.
The second one, ma'am. Please sit down.
Please sit down. So when आपको किसी को बोलना होता है बैठ जाइए, तो आप ये बोलते हैं sit down or please sit down. We don't say please to sit down or please you sit down. Please sit down. No. Gopal sir, back to back incorrect response आ रहे हैं आपके. Tarun, Preeti. Muhammadullah Hassan. Hassan, you were saying that you cannot read or understand Hindi. Then it's very simple. As you can see, the slides are in English. So what you need to do, you need to choose the correct option, which is grammatically correct in English. You don't need to translate it from English to Hindi like other students. Okay. For example, we have 4 options, but the second option is the correct. All right, someone please read the slide.
प्लीज सिट डाउन, कृपया बैठ जाइए। मैम रॉन्ग भी पढ़ना है, प्लीज प्लीज यू सिट डाउन गलत अंग्रेजी है। जिस किसी को कोई आदेश निर्देश देते हैं तो यू नहीं लगाते।
Guys, please sit down. जब हम किसी को आदेश मतलब आदेश होता है कमांड, निर्देश आई डोंट नो देते हैं, तो हम जब रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं कमांड देते हैं तो हम कभी भी यू नहीं लगाते। प्लीज इज पोलाइट, तो आप किसी से रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं तो इट इज बेटर टू पुट प्लीज, राइट? सिट डाउन भी बोल सकते हैं बट यू सिट डाउन नहीं बोल सकते। तो सिट डाउन और प्लीज सिट डाउन, जस्ट टू बी formal you can say, just to be polite you can say please sit down. Okay, formally kindly any chair के ऊपर on ही आएगा। please sit down on a chair, not any chair. Next slide. Please dash, choose the right option. Harshi, please answer.
Please sit down.
Yes, please sit down. Very good. Prachi, only you have given the incorrect response. अब मुझे फिक्र हो रही है आपको समझ में क्यों नहीं आ रहा। सेकंड वाले में यू है, आप नहीं डाल सकते। सिट्स नहीं, आईएनजी फॉर्म नहीं, फर्स्ट फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ब। शांत हो जाइए, चूज द राइट ऑप्शन। काला श्रिया इज अ आंसर की स्पेलिंग गलत है। इज अ तो ठीक है और आंसर के साथ एन आएगा। आंसर की स्पेलिंग में डब्ल्यू आता है, ANSWER. So guys, when you are learning English, you should focus on your spelling because writing in the comment section. Kamal, please answer.
Keep quiet. Third one.
Yes, third is the right option. Keep quiet, not you keep quiet, keeps quiet or keeping quiet. As I've already explained, no ing form, no s or es form, no you as the subject. Okay, imperative sentences we do not need a subject. Vishwendra, Kamal, Sidrameshwar, Raj, Arun, Muskan. गाइस सेम ऑप्शंस हैं। अगर आप देखेंगे जो हमारी प्रीवियस स्लाइड में ऑप्शंस थे, यू सिट डाउन, सिट्स डाउन, बस सिट की जगह हमारे पास वर्ब क्या है, कीप। सेम चीज है, मुझे नहीं समझ में आया कंफ्यूजन कहाँ क्रिएट हुई। प्लीज सिट डाउन, ही इज बिजी राइट नाउ, विल कॉल यू व्हेनेवर ही इज फ्री। ओके, प्लीज सिट डाउन ऑन अ चेयर। प्लीज क्वाइट, प्लीज के साथ कीप भी आएगा। प्लीज कीप क्वाइट वर्ब नहीं है, क्वाइट इज एडजेक्टिव। आई एम डूइंग सम इम्पोर्टेंट वर्क। मंजोद, आई बिलीव आपको मेरी स्क्रीन से कोई मतलब नहीं होना चाहिए बिकॉज आपको स्लाइड ज्यादा देखनी है, आंसर वहां पे। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। रीड।
क्वाइट शांत, क्वाइट काफी, पूर्णतया स्पेलिंग पर ध्यान दें। मैम प्रोनाउंसिएशन इज क्वाइट ना?
तनीषा प्रोनाउंसिएशन भी गलत है आप।
क्विट क्विट नो मैम
क्वाइट
क्विट इज
नीचे वाला है, ऊपर वाला क्वाइट है।
क्वाइट।
तनीषा सुन लीजिए, पहले सुन लीजिए, पहले सुन
यस
लीजिए।
मैम।
क्विट होता है QUIT, क्विट का मतलब होता है छोड़ना, ठीक है।
ओके
यहाँ पे हमारे पास है क्वाइट, क्वाइट मतलब शांत, क्वाइट मतलब काफी। आपने दोनों को क्वाइट पढ़ा था। अगर आप किसी से ऐसे बोल रहे हो तो क्वाइट, तो वो समझेगा आप ये वाला क्वाइट बोल रहे हो या मतलब वो वाला क्वाइट बोल रहे हो, काफी वाला। जैसे आप बोलो कीप क्वाइट, कीप क्वाइट, क्वाइट का मतलब तो काफी होता है। सो दैट्स व्हाई प्रोनाउंसिएशन मैटर्स। सो इट शुड बी कीप क्वाइट, अट ये साउंड आएगा, क्वाइट क्वाइट। तो आप खुद ही देख लीजिए, क्वाइट क्वाइट इट,
यस
उसमें इट आ रहा है, उसमें एट आ रहा है, ठीक है। यस, सो दिस इज द डिफरेंस। सो गाइस, क्वाइट की स्पेलिंग में ई पहले आता है, टी बाद में आता है। क्वाइट मींस शांत, कीप क्वाइट। क्वाइट में टी पहले आता है, ई बाद में आता है। क्वाइट का मतलब क्या होता है? काफी। जैसे मैं बोलूं मैं आज काफी बिजी हूँ, आई एम क्वाइट बिजी, मैं बहुत भूखी हूँ, काफी जैसे भूखी हूँ। आई एम क्वाइट हंग्री, मैं काफी थकी हुई हूँ, आई एम क्वाइट टायर्ड। तो वहां हम QUITE क्वाइट का यूज करते हैं, क्वाइट का शांत वाले में। ओके, इजी। Next, please dash the menu. Gets, get, you get, getting. Krishna, please answer.
Please get the menu.
The first form of verb, get.
Get.
No gets, no you get, no getting, right? So the second is the right. For example, guys, yesterday only we did the session on restaurant. So you go to a restaurant. What you ask to the manager, not manager, waiter, please get the menu. Okay. So yes, get the menu is the right answer. Next.
लिसन टू मी।
Someone please read.
लिसन टू मी, मेरी बात सुनो, मुझे सुनो।
Yes. So guys, listen me is incorrect. मैंने काफी स्टूडेंट्स को देखा है वो बोलते हैं लिसन और हेयर मी इज इनकरेक्ट, ठीक है। किसी को भी नहीं पता, मैं तो बता दूंगी इवेंचुअली। गाइस आपको भी थोड़ा बहुत पता होना चाहिए ना, द डिफरेंस बिटवीन एंड हेयर। नो आइडिया। तो गाइस जब हम कोई भी चीज जानबूझकर या बिल्कुल ध्यान से सुनते हैं उसे लिसन बोला जाता है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल लिसनिंग सॉन्ग्स, लिसनिंग म्यूजिक, लिसन टू मी, मुझे सुनो। और जब कोई भी चीज हम बेध्यानी में सुनते हैं, जैसे आप बैठे हुए हैं और आपको एकदम से कोई आवाज आई, तो वो हेयर होता है। तो यू विल से आई हर्ड अ स्ट्रेंज वॉइस, ठीक है। आप चाह नहीं रहते ऐसा कुछ सुनना, आपके कानों में वो आवाज पड़ी, वहां हम हेयर का यूज करते हैं। ओके, सो दिस इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन लिसन एंड हेयर। तो हेयर मी और हेयर टू मी इज इनकरेक्ट, listen me is also incorrect, listen to me is the right sentence. This as well.
Don't shout, चिल्लाओ मत।
चिल्लाओ मत, don't shout, right? So next we have अपने पिता की बात सुनो, arrange the jumble words. Raj Selvam, please answer.
You listen to your father. You listen to
You
your
is
father.
incorrect. Listen. नो राज, मैं इतनी देर से क्या पढ़ा रही हूँ, आपने शायद समझा ही नहीं. मैंने बहुत क्लियरली एक्सप्लेन किया था कि इम्पेरेटिव सेंटेंसेस में यू नहीं यूज होता. वी डू नॉट यूज यू इन इम्पेरेटिव सेंटेंसेस. And again, you are telling me you listen to your father. It is incorrect. Listen to your father is the right answer. So as you can see, you have given the incorrect response. Vishpendra, Vinod, and
मैम आपकी आवाज बहुत ब्रेक हो रही
these
है.
students understand again. In imperative sentences, we do not use the subject you. Is it better now?
No, ma'am.
All right, next slide. Dash a seat. Has, having, you have, or have. Sajal, please answer.
Have a seat. Have a seat.
Is my network better? I have changed the connection. And if my voice is breaking, guys, you can at least manage. Why do you panic so much? Like, एक में 10 students के messages आ जाते हैं. I know that every day Tanisha's network is like very bad, but I try to understand what she's saying. आपके पास तो slides हैं, मेरे पास तो slides भी नहीं होती. Still I manage. Tanisha, please do not leave the session. I believe you are the host. Please do not. अगर आपने leave करा तो end हो जाएगा session. but Tanisha has left, so I'm the host now. So have a seat is the right answer, and we have the next slide. Chillao mat for the student. Tanisha, किससे पूछ रही हैं आप? चिल्लाओ मत तो क्या बोलेंगे? Very good. Teacher से help ली जा रही है.
No, ma'am. He
So
is
guys, for the students. So, acha, you are asking him. Okay. So, students, those who cannot understand Hindi, please read the slide. I want to share my secret. Don't tell anyone else. Okay. In the sentence. Yeah. All right. Let's discuss the answer. Shashikant never speaks in the class. Tanisha.
Yes, ma'am. Don't shout.
Tanisha, this is very good. Like you are teaching your son as well, right?
Yes, ma'am. I have
That's
given
great.
him iPad, and I am using phone. He is sitting out
Wow,
there,
wow, wow.
and I am here. So I
Perfect,
want to
perfect.
know that how much he is knowledge. He has knowledge, and that's it, or
That's
nothing,
great.
ma'am. He is not
That's great.
big. He is a small standard. Now, 5th and 6th standard. So I
Small
just know
standard कुछ नहीं होता. He's in primary.
primary. Okay.
Yeah, small. All right, next slide. Gaadi le आओ. Arrange the jumble words quickly to form a sentence. Arundhati, there are so many students who cannot read Hindi at all. So don't worry. Just leave the slides which having Hindi sentences. Okay. Like this one you can do because you need to arrange the jumble words to form a sentence. Vinod, please answer.
Madam, take the car, ma'am.
Get the car is the right answer. Take, you, gets incorrect. So only 3 words we need.
Ma'am.
Get the car. Yes, thank you, Vinod.
Car.
Next slide. Please dash the door. You open, you are open, turn on, open. Please answer. Vishwendra,
Please open the door.
please open the door. Yes, it is the right sentence. Please open the door.
मैम चलाओ मत का क्या कहा था? डोंट क्राई क्या था?
No. Cry is rona. Shout. S-H-O-U-T. Shout. Shout means chillana.
ठीक है.
Yes, Karanveer. Okay. All right. Next slide. Apne nahun mat chabao. Yes, some people have this bad habit. So please arrange the jumble words.
Don't bite your nails.
करणवीर दूसरों को भी आंसर करना होता है. तो जब मैं आपका नाम लूँ ना कि करणवीर प्लीज आंसर, तब आंसर करिए. ठीक है? क्योंकि आपने तो कर दिया. बाकी जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं उन्हें तो टाइम लगता है ना आंसर करने में. अब आपने आंसर बता दिया, सब फटाफट आंसर कर देंगे. तो इसलिए मैं जब पूरी स्लाइड खत्म हो जाती है तब मैं पूछती हूँ.
ठीक है. कई बार पता होता है ना, फिर जल्दी निकल जाता.
कोई बात नहीं. मैं एक्चुअली सबकी टर्न होती ना, तो मैं टर्न वाइज ही पूछती हूँ.
ठीक है मैम.
So the answer is don't bite your nails. अपने नाखून मत चबाओ. Don't bite. हम जो ये करते हैं ना, ऐसे बाइट करना बोलते हैं. खाने के लिए भी बाइट बोलते हैं ना, कि ऐसे करके काटते हैं, उसे बाइट करना बोलते हैं. So your nails, right? Nails. All right, guys. I just need 1 minute. I'll be back in a minute. So please have patience. Oh, I was on mute. खिड़की के पास खड़े मत हो. And in the jumble words. To whom? To which place are you going, ma'am? Aniket?
Don't stand near the window.
Near the window is incorrect. Near the window. Don't stand near the window. Window के मतलब खिड़की के पास खड़े मत हो. Yes.
जब मैम वावल्स होते हैं उसके पहले दी लगता ना.
हाँ जी, करणवीर. So whenever the is followed by any vowel, A, E, I, O, U, any word which starts with A, E, I, O, U, that time you need to pronounce the as the. Okay? Varna the ही पढ़ेंगे. Consonants. With consonants, you need to pronounce it as the. So W is consonant. So we are pronouncing it the, not the. Yes. Next slide. Read.
Go and study. जाओ, जाना और पढ़ाई करो.
Go. जाओ और पढ़ाई करो. So ये सारे पेरेंट्स अपने बच्चों से बोलते हैं go and study, या टीचर्स अपने स्टूडेंट्स से बोलती है go and study. जाओ और पढ़ाई करो. Again guys, there is no you. So you go and study. नहीं, go and study. Simply go and study. Ma'am, please example. Red sky. What example do you need? Okay, read this slide.
गो एंड स्टडी, जाओ और पढ़ाई करो। गो एंड डू स्टडी गलत अंग्रेजी है। स्टडी पढ़ाई करना। स्टडी के लिए स्टडी के पहले दो लगाने की जरूरत नहीं है। डू
दो
लगानी होती है।
नहीं है वो, दो नहीं है वो, डू है,
डू।
DO, उसको भी इंग्लिश को भी हिंदी की तरह पढ़े। ओके, राइट। तो ये रीड किसने करी है स्लाइड? Aniket ne. Yes, do. Great. So go and study. Now, some people, what they do, they put do before these verbs. Go and do study. Because we believe do का मतलब है करना. जाओ और पढ़ाई करो. So guys, this is incorrect because study is already a verb. Verb means करना, कार्य करना. So study means पढ़ाई करना. So you do not need do with it. So simply what you need to say, you just need to say go and study, not go and do study. Remember this. Meenal, first of all, how can Sachin know that where I'm going? You trusted him. He was just messing with you and you thought he's saying the truth. मैं सचिन को मैसेज करके बताऊंगी ना. No, it's not like that. So yes. Next slide. Go and dash. Choose the right option. इसमें तो please incorrect response मत देइएगा. Go and get the car. It's right, ma'am. Manjot, is it right? When you are asking question, please ask, is it right? Kamal, Gopal, Sachin. Example for the before vowel. The apple, the umbrella, the earth. ओके, तो इनके साथ दी यूज होता है. अभी हमने कौन सा पढ़ा था? वो तो वाउल था, वो कॉन्सोनेंट था, द. Any, please answer.
Fourth option, ma'am, study. Go and study.
Go and study. मुझे नहीं पता आप लोगों ने कहाँ गलती करी है, बिकॉज ये अभी हमने प्रीवियस स्लाइड में रीड किया था और ये सेम चीज यहाँ पे आई थी एक्सप्लेनेशन स्लाइड वाली, गो एंड स्टडी, और आपने इसका इनकरेक्ट रिस्पॉन्स दिया है कमल, गोपाल, सचिन, नेमतुल्ला एंड प्रकाश. और भी दिया होगा किसी ने, मेरे पास तो नहीं आ रहे. जल्दी का काम शैतान का. Go and dash. Brush your teeth. Do brush your teeth. Brushing your teeth. Do brush to your teeth. Wow. सचिन, क्योंकि करेक्ट रिस्पॉन्स वालों का मैं क्या नाम लूं? इनकरेक्ट वालों को इम्प्रूव कराना है ना, वो तो ऑलरेडी इम्प्रूव कर रहे हैं. तो हमेशा याद रखिए, मेहनत कमजोर बच्चे पे की जाती है. जो ऑलरेडी टॉप आ रहे हैं उसमें मैं क्या मेहनत करूं? मतलब हाँ, प्रेज करना चाहिए, लेकिन फिर बाकी स्टूडेंट्स बोलेंगे मैम हमने भी करेक्ट रिस्पॉन्स दिया है, आपने हमारा नाम क्यों नहीं लिया? तो वो एक्सप्लेन करने में मेरा इतना टाइम चला जाएगा दैट आई ओनली गेट 7 names in correct response and 7 names in incorrect response. 7 fastest. Good afternoon. Why I chose correct without knowing the topic? Look, I'm so smart. All right. Ankur, please answer.
Go and brush your teeth.
Go and brush your teeth. जाओ और अपने दांत, हिंदी में तो हम मांजना कहते हैं.
मेरा वो क्वेश्चन था.
वो क्वेश्चन था मतलब?
I have a question. हेलो मैडम, एक्चुअली आई हैव अ क्वेरी. एक क्वेरी है मुझे.
हाँ जी, पूछिए. अच्छा, क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे थे, मैं कह रही क्वेश्चन.
नहीं, एक्चुअली एक क्वेरी है. वो गो एंड के साथ कभी डू नहीं लगता क्या कोई भी सेंटेंस में?
नहीं लगता, क्योंकि अंकुर ब्रश अपने आप में वर्ब है. स्टडी अभी हमने ये देखिए पीछे स्लाइड में आपने शायद लेट ज्वाइन किया, यहाँ पे यही लिखा हुआ है. स्टडी के पहले डू लगाने की जरूरत नहीं है. ऐसे ही ब्रश के साथ यू डू नॉट नीड टू पुट डू, बिकॉज ब्रश इन इट सेल्फ इज अ वर्ब. डू मीन्स करना, और ब्रश का मतलब भी है ब्रश करना. सो यू डू नॉट नीड डू, तो डू ब्रश गलत है. ओके
Okay.
So guys, we have so many verbs like eat, drink, sleep, drive, cry, smile, sleep, brush, study.
मैम
इन सब के साथ डू नहीं लगता, क्योंकि डू एक इंडिविजुअल वर्ब है जिसका अपना मतलब है करना. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई डू माई वर्क, मैं अपना काम करती हूँ. आई ईट माई फूड, मैं खाना खाती हूँ. आई स्लीप एट नाइट, आई ब्रश माई टीथ, आई ड्राइव द कार. ओके, तो इन वर्ब्स के साथ डू नहीं लगता. डू अपनी जगह पे लगता है जहां उसका काम होता है. यस, किसी ने
मैम
मैडम बोला है. विश्वेंद्र. यस विश्वेंद्र.
मैम जाओ और अपनी पढ़ाई करो, तो मैम गो एंड योर वर्क.
वर्क, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल पढ़ाई इज स्टडी. वर्क मीन्स काम. तो आप वर्क
मैम
कैसे लगा सकते हैं? मतलब काम करो नहीं, पढ़ाई करो. गो एंड
जाओ और
स्टडी.
अपना नहीं जाओ और अपना काम करो, तो मैम
हाँ,
ऐसे कैसे
अपना
बोलूंगा?
काम करो. गो एंड डू योर वर्क, वहां पे डू आएगा. क्योंकि मैंने जैसा भी बताया, काम के साथ तो डू आएगा ना, करना. काम वो नहीं है ना. आप नॉर्मली अगर सिर्फ काम बोल रहे हैं तो आप सिर्फ ये बोल सकते हैं गो एंड वर्क. गो एंड वर्क, जाओ और अपना काम करो. गो एंड डू योर वर्क. अगर आप डू लगा रहे हैं तो वहां पे आपका रिफ्लेक्सिव प्रोनाउन भी आएगा. ओके,
ओके मैम.
रिफ्लेक्सिव नहीं, पजेसिव. रिफ्लेक्सिव तो माई सेल्फ योर सेल्फ होता है. राइट. समवन हैज टोल्ड मी दैट तारीफ नहीं करनी चाहिए, सर पे चढ़ जाता नहीं. Okay, madam, to emphasize, we use do in a sentence. Raghavendra, true. We definitely use do, but in different way. For example, I am inviting you for my birthday party. So I'm insisting, I'm emphasizing, please do come. Okay, so वो different emphasize हम करते हैं in different manner. Here we cannot say go and study. For example, I'm saying, Raghavendra, you don't study. You will say, no, ma'am, I do study. There you can say do study because you are emphasizing, मैं पढ़ाई करता हूँ. Okay? Yes, Emmy.
यहाँ पे emphasize का मीनिंग क्या हुआ?
Emphasize का मतलब होता है जोर देना, किसी चीज पे जोर देना. जैसे मैंने बोला ना, मैं पढ़ाई करता हूँ, I do study, उसको हम बोलते हैं. ठीक है. तो जब हमें किसी को इंसिस्ट करना होता है या किसी को किसी चीज पे जोर देना होता है, जैसे आप मेरे घर आई हैं, मेरे घर में तो ये बहुत आदत है कि जब भी कोई मेहमान आते हैं हम लोग बहुत फोर्स करते हैं खाने के लिए, नहीं आप लेइए और लीजिए और लीजिए. तो उसके लिए जैसे एम्फेसाइज करना है, इसको बोलते हैं जोर देना. ठीक है, तो तब हम बोलेंगे.
ओके मैम.
तब हम डू का, जैसे आप आए मेरे बर्थडे में, आपने केक का एक स्लाइस लिया और मैं इंसिस्ट कर रही हूँ एक स्लाइस और लीजिए. So मैं वहां बोलूंगी do take one more slice, please one more, do take. तो वहां हम verb के साथ do का यूज करेंगे for emphasize, not for only verb. Okay, concept clear? Could you lend me some money, please? Yes, this is the right sentence. Maha, if you are asking, I don't know, but the sentence is correct. I like eating apples. I do like eating apples. Yes, very good. I can lend you 100 rupees, but you have to give me. Ma'am, sound great. Thank you, Dipendra. No, I don't do study. Paras, don't do. अभी मना करा है. Don't do नहीं आएगा. एक तो आप लोग क्लास ज्वाइन नहीं करते टाइम पे, उसके बाद फिर गलत सेंटेंस लिखते हैं. Read this slide. पढ़िए ये स्लाइड. अब आप बोलेंगी मैम हिंदी नहीं आती. उसमें लिखा है स्टडी के पहले डू लगाने की जरूरत नहीं है. Go and study is the right sentence. Where's the stuff? Where's the stuff? ओके नेक्स्ट स्लाइड हो गई, ये वाली भी हो गई। कृपया प्रतीक्षा करें या कुछ समय पश्चात प्रयास करें। फोन पे बोलती है ना। Oh, Hindi is so difficult. Sometimes I feel Hindi is difficult than it's more difficult than English. I don't find English difficult, but yeah, more लगाना ज़्यादा better है। The imperative sentence, no action, just advice. हमेशा याद रखिएगा पारस, इंसिस्ट उन्हीं लोगों को किया जाता है जिन्हें पता है वो लेंगे ही नहीं और